Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with another episode of Speaking My Mind. How you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. Rather chilly day here in the park where I normally record these, where I just speak about whatever's on my mind. Hope you guys are all doing well and what's good. We're going to talk about one man today, guys. We're going to talk about one man who has some of the most influence on the planet. Now, it's entirely possible by the time you see this, perhaps his power may have faded. He is the owner of Twitter, also known as X, the owner of SpaceX, Tesla. He has lots of wealth and lots of influence, and that is Elon Musk. So what is my first thoughts of Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk is a very smart, calculated man. Does he always get his calculations right? No, but he can afford to take risks with what he has assembled. You don't have to like him, you don't have to appreciate him, and I sure as hell don't, especially on his politics, but the man has assembled and amassed wealth. Now, I don't fully know the history of Musk, of his coming to be. Some people have claimed that he inherited everything, or he bought companies or whatnot that made himself rich. But I've listened to one or two interviews of him, and to some people he seems like a bit of a dummy, and to others he seems like someone who's really quantifying and really trying to analyze a comment or a question to figure out an answer. And I think it's a bit of a mixture of both. I definitely think there is a high degree of intelligence that comes from this man. He's not just some I don't agree with this assessment that he's just some average Joe that has a buttload of money and companies and doesn't know what he's doing. I think he is a very smart man. You don't get into a position where he does without having some certain degrees of intelligence. And you have to have some degrees of intelligence, but you also have to have, which is what we've talked about many times before, have a certain amount of influence. And that's something that Elon Musk definitely has. He has influence. He has influence in many different things. And I think that's definitely played a role in his decision making. He has, without a doubt, shaken American politics to the core with what he has said, with his money that he's poured into the Republican Party, and he's looking to shake things up within UK politics as well, which is deeply concerning. And I don't like that. I don't like that this man has so much power, so much money and influence. And he is very, very powerful, and he very, very much is very, really influential. And there was this question that was kind of coming on my mind when I was thinking, when I think about Elon Musk and I think about the power he has, and I wonder if we took X away, if X or Twitter was banned from the UK, would it affect what happens in the UK? Would he then be able to affect things in politics as much? Because I feel like that because he has that platform and he owns that platform, he has a massive microphone, and he can influence not the entire UK population, because not everyone uses the platform, but influence a section of it. And what tends to happen is every time he opens his mouth or speaks, even if you block him, even if you mute him, he still gets reported on. His news still comes out somewhere. Someone reports on what he says, and it's amplified. So even if you don't use the platform, even if you don't listen to his tweets, even if you blocked him, like on my account, I've actually muted him on mine, so I never see his tweets. But I still see, recently at this time of this recording, he's been getting into spats with saying people need to vote reform or the country's going to die, or, grooming gangs are taking over the UK, which is nonsense, or Keir Starmer is going to destroy the United Kingdom, Nigel Farage is their only hope, which, it's just like, this man doesn't even know anything about Britain. He doesn't know anything about British politics. This man doesn't know anything about the UK. He really, really does not. He is a smart and influential man, but he doesn't know the slightest thing about what the average British person is going through. He doesn't have the slightest clue about the understandings of what's happening. You know, he's getting all the information from the internet and from people in his circle. He's not getting his information from the average Joe down in the UK. You know, he doesn't know what's best for the UK. He doesn't speak for the UK. And if you're somebody who has a problem with migrants and immigrants coming to the UK, this might shock you, but he's an immigrant. he's not even American. He's Australian. And this is somebody who has a huge amount of influence in US politics. And you want a foreigner telling you what you shouldn't be voting for. Just think about that for a second. You know, I have no issues with Elon Musk outside of politics. You know, with what he does when it comes to technology and innovation, and you know, Tesla and whatnot. Like, it's not my expertise or whatever, but that's fine. If he wants to go down that stuff, that's all fine and dandy for me. Like, I'm not interested in that. But when it comes to politics, he should stay out of it, especially British politics here. You know, and I would not be surprised, as many people are predicting. They're predicting, obviously, that the relationship between him and Trump is going to break. I don't know when that's going to break or if it's going to break, but many people are making that prediction. Obviously, time will tell as that happens, because people are saying that because obviously there was recently Donald Trump was saying about how we need more, how the Americans needs to bring in more workers for jobs, which goes against everything that Trump was embargo was supposed to be about, kicking out immigrants. And there's Donald Trump saying they need to bring in immigrants. So it's like, and that's coming from Elon there, you know. So it shows the influence that he has. But that's some of my thoughts on Elon Musk. What do you guys honestly think of him? Do you think he is a very smart man? Do you think he's a very shrewd man? Do you think he's just a toy man who really doesn't know what he's doing? And do you agree with me that if he wasn't in politics at all, if he played no role in politics, would you think very differently of him? Let me know your thoughts and more on Elon Musk down in the comments section below. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, be greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing as well. So thank you very much for watching if you watched this far, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.